Did you see that video? Play that video.
I've been going through, giving reviews of all the training camp stops that I've been at. Have not done Raiders yet, so I want to address that here. And to me, that was a really positive visit. Pete Carroll certainly has taken over that organization when it comes to culture. And I know a lot of attention has been paid to Tom Brady, you know, the kind of impact he has on the organization. Yeah, I do think it's fair to say that the way they've been spending kind of looks like this is something Tom Brady has been pushing. And maybe that's true. Chip Kelly getting $6 million as offensive coordinator, maybe that's true. But bringing Geno Smith in, getting Pete Carroll's culture, his positivity, his energy, to me, that's the kind of thing that can have a lasting impact on the organization. I think that's very real.
So finally, Raider Nation, the Raiders are starting to get respect once again, and it is all due to the new head coaching here at the Las Vegas Raiders and the offensive coordinator. And pretty much having Tom Brady on board has not hurt at all. So the Raiders are finally getting respect, and we're going to talk about that as we're going into week 1, getting prepared to go and hopefully smash and annihilate the Patriots because, you know, Josh McDaniels. So listen, in my last video, I did talk about the disrespect that, once again, Josh McDaniels is showing towards the Raiders. Not only did he disrespect the Raiders by becoming the head coach and doing an absolutely horrible job, but now he is kind of claiming like this is a revenge game for him, as though he was the one that was done wrong, where in fact he was the one doing all of the wrong. And the Raiders were 100% correct in kicking him out of the building the way that they did, because he just was not a good head coach. Now, the culture change has been night and day difference, according to multiple sources.
The vibe change is undeniable. The energy shift is undeniable. The source of the change is also undeniable. It is the gum assassin. It's all Pete Carroll. And I got to admit, that is amazing to me. Really intriguing. See, the thing is, for Pete, it isn't just vibes and energy. He actually is convinced they're going to win. And they're going to win big.
See, if anybody knows, it's going to be Max Crosby, because Max Crosby has been here for the past several years. He is one of the lone holdouts. Him and Colton Miller, I believe, are the only two left that are from the Oakland days. And so he would understand. He's been through multiple head coaches, defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, ownership, all kinds of stuff. Max has seen it all with this team, and now he is the one that is saying it is a night and day difference. Like the whole team, the building, the infrastructure, everything has completely changed, and it is all for the better for the Raiders. And hopefully it's going to translate into wins. But Pete Carroll, he's not in a let's win in 2 or 3 years from now.
Something good is just about to happen. You know, there's this unrealistic optimism that I know that my mom helped me, live with, and that it gives us an outlook and an attitude that we're going to make something of what is presented to us, and so I want to try to max it out every day. And if I can't do it, I can't expect the players to do it. So
Pete Carroll's in a we're going to win now, we're going to win big, and we're going to surprise a lot of people. Geno Smith himself has said the exact same thing, that they're going to surprise a lot of people. People are sleeping on the Raiders. They don't understand just how good this team really is this year compared to last year. That doesn't mean that the Raiders are going to make a Super Bowl run here. I'm going to be realistic. There are still some holes that this team needs. But listen, when it comes to Super Bowl championship teams, they always have holes as well. And really what it comes down to is superior quarterback play and superior coaching. If you have those two things, it's going to make up for a lot of the deficiencies that you have. Now, it remains to be seen, can Geno Smith be that superior quarterback and not make a whole bunch of mistakes? But if he can throw up 4,000 plus yards and get us 25 to 30 touchdowns and keep his interceptions under 10, maybe even under 12, and then Ashton Genty gets over 1,000 yards, Brock Bowers gets over 1,000 yards, the Raiders are going to win an awful lot of games, or so we hope. Now, I do want to say one thing, and that is that, guys, we can't make videos like this without your help and help of our sponsors. So first and foremost, before any sponsorships. It's all about you guys. It's about the subscribers and your involvement. So please do me a big favor. If you like this content, hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? It doesn't cost you a dime. And hit that like button. And they got a new feature here on YouTube. If you see it, it's called Hype. Hype up this video if you like what you're seeing. It's actually more important than hitting the like button. And for our sponsors, Box House. Box House, I've been telling you guys about them. They are fantastic. If you need an ADU, if you need a tiny home, if you need a mother-in-law suite, you got to give my boy Kevin Ross over there at Box House a call. Have a conversation with him. Check him out on the website. They have a whole bunch of different products. They can deliver pretty much anywhere in the world. And I can personally testify that they are, did I say anywhere over the world? Anywhere in America. Sorry. But I testify that they absolutely are a high quality company and you just won't find a better one to deal with. So go ahead and give Kevin a call. Now let's talk about the issue with Jakobi Meyers real quick. Obviously, Jakobi Meyers requested a trade from the team. And as you can see from Hondo Carpenter's statement right here, that's not going to happen.
If the Raiders wanted to get rid of Jakobi Meyers, I can tell you definitively he would be gone today. And they don't want that's not what they desire. But they know there are people that are interested in him. The Raiders are not interested in what people are offering. I could think of several scenarios where they would do that. That's just good business. But that's not where the situation rests today.
So the Raiders would be absolutely insane to trade away one of your best, if not the best wide receiver that you have on the team right now, a guy who had over 1,000 yards, over 100 catches, and 0 drops with 3 different subpar quarterbacks last year. That's saying a lot. You don't let a guy like that walk just because you drafted his replacement in Jack Besh. You don't draft his replacement and expect him to be traded away year one. You're expecting him to be replaced in 2 to 3 years from now, because I could tell you right now, Jack Besh is not at the level of a Jakobi Meyers right now. So it would make absolutely no sense. What you're planning on and what you're hoping is that the Raiders can make a deal with Jakobi to give him a 2-year contract extension, throw in some guaranteed money, and keep it at a reasonable cost so that the Raiders can make other moves as well, especially coming up next year. If the Raiders can get away with that and Jakobi is happy with it, then you keep Jakobi on this team for the next 3 years as Jack Besh continues to progress and get better and better. Remember, Jack Besh was a 2nd-round draft pick, and I really don't think that they should have drafted him there, but they did. He is not a 1st-round draft pick, and he's certainly not a top 10 like an Ashton Genty.
Raider Nation. Raider Nation, baby. Raider Nation.
John Spytek in Vegas. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Enjoy the moment, man. We're about to make you a Raider.
Let's go, baby.
Welcome to the dark side, my friend.
And this is why Ashton Genty is going to be a starter day one. There is no other running back on this team that can outproduce an Ashton Genty, and that's why you spend a number 6 on him. But you can afford to sit there and allow a Jack Besh to really get into his own over the next 2 to 3 years. And remember, Jakobi Meyers wasn't the Jakobi Meyers when he first came into the league. It took him a couple of years to get to the point that he's at now. Same thing is going to happen with Jack Besh. And I think Dante Thornton Jr. simply has a little bit more edge to get him more playing time due to the fact that he runs a 4.3 flat 40 and he is 6'5", 200 pounds. A wide receiver like that is definitely going to be a day one rotational player, if not starter, just because of his raw athleticism and the ability to stretch the field and make those big plays with him and Geno Smith, as we've seen in the last preseason game where Geno Smith threw a perfect back shoulder pass straight to his boy Dante Thornton for an easy walk-in touchdown. Now, well, I would say it was easy. He was well covered, but the fact that he's 6'5" made it pretty easy for him to just snatch the ball out of the air, so to speak, and walk in.
So, you know, it took him a while to kind of find his rhythm, but he has settled in. He's played some great football the last couple of years. I think he's on the right trajectory, and I just think, you know, those experiences, the adversity that he went through early in his career, I think have benefited him. I think he brings a lot. The thing I love about Geno, he brings a lot of physical and mental toughness to the position. He's a tough guy. I think he's a great leader. I think he's a guy that could be really, really good late in games where it matters the most.
And when you're talking about Geno Smith, listen, Rich Gannon is one guy that would definitely understand this guy's career path and trajectory and everything, because Rich Gannon went through a very similar situation and he became a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. Didn't win it, but at least he got us there, and we were always in contention. He won MVP, and I think that Geno Smith can do the same thing. And the fact that Rich Gannon has given him such high praise, especially when he was given high praise to Aiden O'Connell just last year, really says a lot, due to the fact that Rich Gannon has a very similar play style to Geno Smith. And if anybody would know if Geno can be successful, it is definitely this guy. Now all we can hope for is